back.
Yet
It feels
again.
good. It feels great right now. I've missed it. It's only been a few days, but it's a
Yeah.
lot to talk about.
It's a lot to talk about, and it seems like, there's so much going on in the world of Ravens football right now that there's a lot we have to get into, and there's a lot for us to look forward to, moving ahead. So, this is the Purple Rain Podcast. This is episode 7, I believe. I always, get that. I should probably start putting
Let me
the
check real
episode
quick. Let me
names
check.
in the title so I can remember these sort of things. But I
We should.
believe this is episode 7.
4,
but yeah.
5, 6, 7. Oh, it's not.
Oh, is it 8?
Not. It is 8, and it's funny because we get our number 8 back today.
We do.
Okay.
That we do. Official news today, Lamar Jackson, we've officially activated him off the, COVID reserve list. So he will be playing. He will be starting for the Ravens tomorrow. That's very, very exciting. And shout out to my guy, Simply AS10. He's got on the throwback Louisville ACC Lamar Jackson jersey. Who got that? Who I don't know nobody except for this guy. But yeah, man, we got
a jersey party here today. Both
it
wearing
is,
jerseys.
It is absolutely. I got on my Dame Lillard jersey. It's Dame time. I've been thinking of the word dog lately. I like players who are dogs. They got that dog, that fight in them. And Damian Lillard's one of those guys. He's one of my favorite players. So,
Love it.
but yeah, like I said, we've got a great show for you guys today. We're going to talk some Ravens. We're going to talk some other NFL news and football stuff that happened in the league yesterday and going on right now. We know that the Steelers are playing the Redskins. Well, not Redskins, but the football team right now. And we're going to give you guys live updates on that. And then, of course, going into the Bills and 49ers game, I'm sure we'll be giving you guys updates on that as well.
100%.
But I am Sutton Def. You can find me on Twitter or Instagram at Sutton Def. You can follow me. Please follow me. I like talking with you guys on Twitter and Instagram as well. Twitter and Instagram, Sutton Def. And this is my guy, Alex.
Yes, Alex Soberman on Twitter, simply as10.prod on Instagram. And while you're here, if you're rewatching it after it goes live, if you have a question, drop it. Anything. I don't care what it is. Football, basketball, baseball, soccer, MMA, boxing, music, fashion. We don't care. Drop the question. We're here. And of course, we'll get to it in next episode, episode 9. But for right now, follow us. And yeah.
Absolutely. And also, we actually have a special guest coming on tonight. Before we bring him in, let's just say what's up to everybody who's in the chat. K-Dog, KLA Sports, Zay King 56.
Usual, our boys.
Our boys, man. It's the Purple Rain gang.
Shout out to
I like
guys. That. Purple Rain gang.
Yeah, you already know, man. I appreciate that, Zay King 56 in the Portland jersey. Appreciate that. Everybody else, what's up with you guys? If you're in here right now and you haven't sounded off in the chat room, go ahead and do that. But without any further ado, we're going to bring on our special guest for tonight's episode. This episode 8. It's going to be a familiar face, guys. It's going to be a familiar face. What's up, Zach? What's up, Dr. Didi? Look, we've got one of my personal favorite YouTubers, like Ravens YouTubers out there right now. He specializes in bringing the energy, but most importantly, keeping it real. And without any further ado, I'm going to bring my guy, Keeping It Real, on here, the Purple Rain Podcast. The first official guest. So what's up? Say what's up to my man.
What's good, everybody? Hope y'all enjoying y'all day.
Yes, sir. What's up, man? How are you, man?
I'm doing good. It's a good day if you're a Ravens fan.
Yeah. We got some pretty good news today.
It could get better if the Steelers lost, but we'll see.
Yeah. What's the score update? Let's do a quick score update on that.
17-17. The Steelers are driving right now at the Washington 30-yard line. Dink and dunk plays. What's new? I mean, the usual.
And that's been their offense.
Yeah.
Juju Smith, 7 catches for 28 yards. So
7 catches for 28 yards. Okay. But just real quick, guys, listen, this is my guy Keeping It Real in here. He's got his own YouTube channel. Make sure you go check out his YouTube channel as well and subscribe to him. Listen, man, if you like Ravens football, you need to be watching his channel. So yeah, and we're going to chop it up here. All three of us, big Ravens fans. We're going to talk about the week going forward. Just starting off though, the news with Lamar coming back, being officially activated off the COVID IR list. what was you guys' initial reactions? What were you guys' initial thoughts? Like, were you guys pumped up? And I know you guys are pumped up like I am. Everybody's pumped up. But, like, what are your thoughts going into the next game? What are you really expecting, I guess is what I'm asking, out of Lamar Jackson and the Ravens offense tomorrow night?
You can go first. Guess first.
All right.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Well, I ain't gonna lie. I was pretty excited to hear Lamar Jackson gonna be playing. In fact, I was outside, like taking a walk during the time in the cold. I don't know why, without gloves. And I get the news, and I'm like, I gotta talk about this now. I'm already far away from my house. I'm talking about this now. So I'm pulling out my camera and just making a video about this in the cold, and my hands are freezing. So that's how excited I am to get this man back.
Okay.
And as for the game, it's going to be interesting, since he hasn't practiced much. I'm interested to see how he's going to do. This is definitely a good matchup for him and the team, but I don't know how much he's going to be able to provide. We know definitely he's our offense for the most part, so we're hoping that we get a big game from him. This would definitely be the perfect time for it, but we'll have to see. It's not just him, it's the receivers. They have to step up, but I do believe Lamar overall is going to have a good game.
Okay. What do you think,
I know what
Alex?
I expect. I expect a win, nothing less than a win. I mean, I'm at the point now we can't depend on these other teams to lose. That's not what winners do. A winner doesn't go in the playoffs off of other teams losing. Let's do it. Let's just put it together. I don't care what he does. Just get a win.
Yeah.
It's been we're on a 2-3 game losing streak. Let's get the win.
3.
Yeah,
we got to
that's
win
all
this
it
one.
is. I just want to see a dub. It can be the ugliest win ever. I'll be happy.
I totally agree. What's up, God Baby Productions?
My guy.
Yeah, shout out to
What
you,
up?
bro. Let's see. So, I mean, my initial thoughts kind of same as you guys, on the same track. Lamar coming back is monumental for us, but to Alex's point, we just got to get a W, man. And if you're looking at the title of this video right now, it literally says no excuses in all caps. So like Alex said, we cannot rely on these other teams to, lose games or win games. We just have to control what we can control and not make excuses. You know what I mean? Like, oh, if we lose this game, I know Alex was telling me earlier, if we lose this game, then we got to hope for, X and Y and Z team to lose for us to even have a chance to, get in the playoffs. No, we need to control what we can control, finish these last 5 games on a strong note, which means winning all those 5 games. And see what we can do from there. But getting Lamar back is definitely a step in the right direction. I feel like if we had him last week against the Steelers, game could have ended up a little bit different. We don't know. But yeah, it's definitely possible. Let's see here though.
So I just want to give a little update real quick. It was 4th and 1. The Steelers
Okay.
went for a pass on the Washington 30. Incomplete pass. We now have the Washington football team driving. It's 3rd and 4 with 3 minutes left on the Washington 45.
Okay.
So
I hope Washington wins this, man.
it could happen. It could happen.
You said they're on the Washington 45 or the Steelers?
Washington 45 right now, 3rd and 4.
So about
Okay.
midfield. They need to convert this for sure.
Then hopefully just kind of run the clock out.
Yeah, let us know the update on that. But let's see, just to kick us off here with a couple questions. K-Dog says, I think we keep Lamar on a short leash. I don't think we keep him on a short leash. I mean, listen, man, just because Trace McSorley threw 1 touchdown to Marquise Brown last week does not mean that he should be, the guy who's just waiting in the wings, ready to go at any moment for anything. And it looks like Alex has some big news for us because
3rd
he's
and
making
4.
faces. What's up? What happened?
One-handed catch.
Ooh.
Deep in the Steelers territory.
Ooh.
Deep.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
Alex
man.
Smith making plays. I see. Washington's
Wheeling
trying to
and
get the
dealing.
W.
At the Steelers 30.
Oh, this is nice.
Run it out.
Wow.
Run it out.
Wow.
Run it.
Oh.
Are we gonna have to see the Steelers make a game-winning drive? 2-minute drill?
Oh, man.
It's possible, but just getting back to Adolph's question here, I don't think that we keep Lamar on a short leash. Like I said, just because Trace came in and threw that touchdown against the Steelers does not mean that Lamar should be looking over his shoulder, especially not, for the rest of the season. So yeah. Also, let's see. What are you saying?
I agree with you there. I mean, I feel our offense will be sluggish again. I mean, he hasn't practiced. I know he practiced yesterday and today, so it's not like we'll see the offense forge new identity per se. But I'm not going to be expecting too much. I want to see us just run the ball. We have J.K. Dobbins back. Let's utilize him.
Yeah. Definitely should see a very healthy dose of J.K. Dobbins. Another question we got here: how will Lamar Jackson play without Mark Andrews? Now, I feel like this is pretty interesting.
That's a good
Because
question.
this will be the first time that Lamar Jackson has played without Mark Andrews on the field, at least this season, if I'm not mistaken. And we all know that Mark Andrews is like his number one target. So
That's his
what
go-to
do
guy.
you guys think are gonna? Yeah, what do you guys think is gonna happen with that?
Man, I think at that point, he's going to start utilizing his receivers. And for the most part, with Andrews being out, I'll be like, well, he probably would, be looking towards that slot and trying to get Willie Snead involved. But Willie Snead's also not going to be in. So, like, you're going to have to start seeing this may be the game he's probably going to be looking for Hollywood. Maybe this is the game they get Des Bryant more involved. This would be the time. So his receivers are going to have to be the ones to step up in this game.
Yeah. And K-Dog says Dez is going to get a touchdown. Maybe this will be the game,
I think you can go back and quote me, I think it was like one of our first one or two. I said he would get his first touchdown against the Cowboys. It's written in the stars at this point. It has to happen.
Yeah. The stars are definitely aligning for Dez to score his first touchdown back or have his first good game back against his former team.
Yeah.
The Cowboys,
that'd be beautiful.
Zach George, do you think Dobbins is in for a big game? I do.
Yeah.
I think we feed Dobbins a lot this week, and I feel like he can easily get 100 yards.
Feed Dobbins.
I feel like he can get 100 yards rushing this week. Let's see. All right. Any new updates on the game, Alex?
It is 4th and 10, 2 minutes and 7 seconds left. Looking like they're going for a field goal. Didn't like the play calling from Washington, but points are points if they get this.
Yeah, take the field goal.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, definitely take the points in that situation every time. Now, just moving on a little bit, talking some more Ravens. So this game, things are kind of looking on the up and up in terms of like injuries and things like that. We're getting a lot of people back on both sides of the football. Of course, Lamar Jackson. We're getting Calais Campbell back, Brandon Williams back as well. Me personally, what piece of us let me ask you guys first. What piece us getting back this week is the most important for you guys? So for me, it's the addition of getting Calais Campbell and Brandon Williams back. I think that puts us back into contending position. I really do. I think that, if we're able to shut down the run and let our corners, let our secondary do what they do, and we've seen them do what they do, I feel like we're good on defense and we can just control football games like that. But for you guys, though, who do you guys think is the most important piece or player that we're getting back?
Real quick, 20-17. They made a 50-yard field goal.
Nice.
Good.
So I guess I'll go. For the most important piece, I'm gonna go just getting our run stuffers back. We're getting Calais Campbell back, Brandon Williams, and also Justin Madubuike is activated as well. So that right there is 3 big dudes, along with Derek Wolfe, who has stepped up immensely since they've been out. Like, I think he deserves as much credit as you can give one player because he has came in there and just done his job. I feel like getting Calais back too, we get another like a QB rusher. Like I think he leads us in sacks, I'm pretty sure. So that's big. So if we can just apply pressure to the quarterback, I think we'll start seeing more interceptions.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you both there. Getting our run stuffers back is definitely the most important back. Just having Calais back and Brandon Williams back is gonna do so much for our pass rush. And this might also be able to help out Ngakoue because he has been trying to get going. And getting Calais back and Brandon Williams back, that's gonna help him. So we may be looking to see him have a big game tomorrow night. Who knows?
Honestly, that's a very, very good point because when you think about it and you have those two guys in the middle and the inside, and a Calais Campbell and a Brandon Williams, and they're kind of like what I like to call like shrinking in the line because they're they're taking up 1 or 2 guys apiece, trying to block them, and that leaves room on the outside for guys like Yannick Ngakoue to get around that edge and get home to the quarterback. So I think that's a fabulous point. I think that definitely tomorrow night should be a good game for Yannick Ngakoue. I'm hoping it'll be for sure. Let's see. Oh, this seems kind of interesting. Zayking56 is kind of calling out who he thinks should guard who in the secondary. So he says put Marlon Humphrey on Amari Cooper, Marcus Peters on Michael Gallup, and any physical corner on CeeDee Lamb. Do you guys like that?
Oh, I'll be honest. I do like the Marlon Humphrey on Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
I don't know who we're going to put on CeeDee Lamb because Jimmy Smith I think he's out.
Yeah.
and Tremont Williams. So I think Anthony Averett comes back. Washington just picked it off.
What?
Nice. Let's
Oh.
go. That's what I'm
Washington
talking about.
just picked. There you. Oh wow.
That's
Oh my
what I'm
gosh.
talking about.
Tip pass interception.
How much time left?
2 minutes. Pittsburgh has one timeout.
Oh, was this before the 2-minute warning?
Literally, it happened right now. That was a play before the 2-minute warning.
Wow.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
I have one timeout. That's game.
That I believe it. I mean,
That's game. They only have one
that's
Well, they
game.
got the
timeout.
one
Yeah.
timeout. They'll have to make a stop though. Can't give up a first down, but the
Yeah.
time they'll have left is like very small.
Very, very small.
Hey, it's the Steelers.
Yeah.
Wow.
They
So
got
this
those
is
receivers,
crazy.
man.
Crazy developing news as we speak.
This really
the
was a
Washington
trap game
football
for them.
team. Wow.
Midstream.
Wow.
Midstream. Man.
Midstream.
That's crazy. Wow.
Wow.
Ah, man. And I
That's
just,
crazy.
I wish we could just pull the game up on live here. That'd be great. But, man, hopefully Washington pulls it out though, because, you know, listen, man, Steelers fans, of course, it's not really going to affect us whether or not the Steelers lose today or not. But Steelers fans, man, they've been on their high horse all season long. So, you know, it was only a matter of time until somebody, you know, knocked them off their high horse. And what better team to do it than the team that's also in Maryland?
True.
If I send you the tweet, can you play it on the stream? Because I already put it out on Twitter. everybody
Yeah,
to
I
see.
can. Yes,
Cool.
yes.
All
I'll
right.
pull that up
Just sent
for
you the tweet of the interception.
All right.
Okay, or here.
Cool.
Chase Young, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Don't at me. I don't know if you're watching this game. He has been everywhere.
Yeah,
he is a monster. He is a Oh man,
he's got to get it. He's got to get it.
Yeah,
He is
Chase
a
Young and
monster.
Montez Sweat have been playing well today.
And I was talking about this earlier. If we played Washington right now, I think we lose 100%. They are a really good football team.
They
That
are a really
defense,
good team.
that defense is tough.
Wow.
Let's see. Wow, this is crazy. Crazy developments, guys.
Couldn't happen at a better time.
At a better time, man. We're always getting live stuff, man, on the Purple Rain podcast. This is why you want to like and subscribe, man. We're telling you. So you can see more Ravens content, more cool stuff happening live. Here, I'm going to show you guys the interception that just happened.
A brand new kicker. Here's Roethlisberger coming near side, tipped in the air, and it's intercepted.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Washington.
Beautiful.
Joe Bostic picked
Just
it
love
out
to
of the
see it.
air.
And we'll watch
That
it one more
front
time.
seven
after.
for Washington is
Up in the
ferocious.
air, Bostic picked it
Oh, yeah.
off. A brand new
So,
kicker.
let's see.
Here's Roethlisberger.
Should have been us last
He tipped it.
Wow, just that tip, man.
Ah.
That tip is everything,
I think
man.
it was
It
Sweat.
does, like,
Picked it out of the air.
I might have been
Knocked
Sweat.
it up in the air.
That
Bostic
looked
picked
like
Yeah.
it was him. It looked like it was him.
Yep. Yeah, man. That's just crazy. Like, that's what we have guys like Calais Campbell on our squad for. You know, just
Yeah.
getting up there, swatting down that ball. He can make a very, very big play at a very, very important moment for that very
He's been that
reason.
guy
just
for us
like you
this
saw.
season.
He has. And, you know, he's somebody who I am totally grateful that we went out and got, you know, in the off season. But what's the update on that, Alex?
So they just ran their first play on first down, stuffed in the backfield by TJ Watt. Last timeout's been taken. So a first down ices the game now, but it's second and about 11 or 12.
Okay.
Second 11. Okay, so the Steelers gonna be playing hard. They're gonna be playing hard for that to try to get that last possession. Yeah. Let's see. Just get into some more questions here, so we can just kind of answer some before the game gets finished. Let's see. If Calais played, how many tips? Man, Calais Campbell, he can get anywhere between 3 and 5 tip passes a game if he's really,
Yeah.
having an on day, which is crazy. Because how tall is Calais Campbell?
I actually don't know.
7.
I was thinking 6'7".
That's
me see
basketball height. That is, I'm gonna go up and get this rebound over you height. That's like, come on, man. That's just
6'8".
unfair in the NFL. 6'8".
6.8.
That's 6'8". That's 1 inch shorter than LeBron James.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Man, that is crazy. Let's see. Christopher Swain says, as a defensive lineman, coaches tell us if you can't get back there, just put your hands up. That is so true, man. And it's just so many times you want to see like your D lineman, if you're not making it into the backfield, get your hands up, be disruptive in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I love that. I love that.
Shout out to Christopher. You know, I'd love to see you on the Ravens one day. Why not? We'll take you.
Let's see.
Hey, man, Baltimore loves defense. We'll see, man.
I'll take it.
Keep working hard, dog. You got it.
Let's see. All right.
So we got right now 4th and 12. They're going for a field goal, and they're just going to let the time run out. So it's going to be 20 seconds. So I think they'll probably just call a timeout. So after the kickoff, they should have maybe 15 seconds to get a touchdown if they make this field goal. Yeah.
Oh man, you love to see it, don't you? You love to see it. This is amazing, honestly. This is something that we have been waiting on all season for the Steelers to finally lose one. And I feel like, I mean, it was in due time, right? Because they weren't like dominating their games. They were winning their games by like a close margin to most teams. They're still kind of playing down to their competition, as they're, you know, infamous to do.
Yeah,
but they're just they were finding ways to win games, you know. But you know, I still feel like the Steelers will definitely be like a very, very interesting team going into the playoffs. Nobody still wants to play them, but I would definitely like to see the Ravens get their hands on them.
Are we going to get some Juju and Claypool TikToks after the game still, or what's going on with that? Are we going to get those TikToks?
I doubt it, man.
That's what I want to know.
I doubt it, man. They took an L today.
Oh yeah, this is rich. So did they punt it off yet?
God, no, they're kicking it's a 45-yard field goal right now. It's like we can't talk about anything else until this game is over.
Right, until this game's over.
Like I want to bring up
I want this game to end, man.
Yeah.
Man. So 21 seconds left. They're kicking a 45-yard field goal. Dustin Hopkins, the kicker, made one earlier from about 50. Waiting for it to go through. It's up. It's good. 23-17. It was leaning.
Cool,
so they got 17 seconds left plus the kickoff. So kickoff, I'd say maybe a squib kick maybe takes 5 seconds off. So you say 12 seconds.
Sounding like a Hail Mary.
They couldn't heal it. Speaking of Hail Marys, that Jets-Raiders game, I want to talk about that.
Yeah, we'll definitely get into that.
We got to get into that.
I made a video about that yesterday. I don't know.
I want to get the chat's opinion on like bringing 7 or 8 rushers on the final play of the game. I just don't get that. I mean, I think
why aren't you playing prevent defense?
I think that's just game fixing at that point, just trying to lose.
That's tanking, yeah. You know,
yeah,
that's literally what that is. It's like, okay, just call it an all-out blitz. You know what I mean? We'll have 3 guys drop back, and it's just one-on-one. Henry Ruggs on an island with a guy. Were you about to say, Alex?
Our guy Jace just brought up a great point. The Steelers will be the 2 seed now.
Oh yeah,
true. That's big.
Oh, that's gonna hurt them, man.
I mean, they're 11-1.
Wait,
so
would they?
Well, I don't know.
City's 11-1.
Well, wait,
Kansas City lost to the Raiders, so I don't think they would.
No, Steelers will still be 1 then.
Yeah, Steelers would be 1.
Yeah,
but the margin of error right now.
Yeah,
margin of error is very slim.
Yeah,
and the Steelers still play the Bills, a really good Bills team.
Yeah, they play the Bills and they play the Browns again.
Yeah. Wow.
So
those are 2 tough games.
Yep.
17 seconds left. Here they come on the field.
The chat is saying it's official.
Was it official? Am I behind?
I thought you were watching on cable, right? Or no?
Yeah, I'm watching on cable live right now.
Oh, yeah, you should be up to date.
I haven't been like this nervous over like a non-Ravens game in a while. This is big.
Yeah.
So the Steelers have been 78-1-1 at home in Heinz Field when winning by 14 or more points. And they go deep. Claypool had it, and then somebody knocked it out of his hands. 12 seconds left. Deep, like at the 25-yard line.
Man, this is crazy.
This is prime, like Claypool. You just got to go to Claypool right now, I think. Or watch out for Deontay Johnson just speeding by you.
11-1. Wow.
Oh man, this is tense.
Very tense.
Yeah. Ben steps back. Ebron That's game. He's in bounds. That's game. 5,
Ball game.
4, 3, 2, 1. That's game. The Steelers are undefeated no more.
Wow.
All right.
Man.
Cool. So no more undefeated teams in the league now, as of this second.
Now we can
crazy.
talk football. Man, you never know what's going to happen on the Purple Rain podcast.
Exactly,
You never
man.
know. Which is why you got to come through, man. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. Now we can kind of breathe. We can take a deep breath. We can get into some more Ravens talk.
Definitely.
Because that was crazy. That was crazy. And wow, man. Shout out to the Washington football team.
Yeah, congrats
on
to them,
beating-
man.
Yeah, congrats to them. Definitely.
Alex Smith too. I mean, coming back from that leg injury,
Yeah.
doing his thing.
And that defense, man. That defense is just
Man.
ferocious.
That NFC East, man. Like both the Giants and Washington, man. They've last couple of games they've been taking this step up. You know, the Giants they beat Seattle yesterday. It was just
I still don't
these
get
two
that.
defenses, man. Whew.
And we play the Giants in what, 2 weeks or something? So
yeah, oh,
Yeah.
true.
I mean,
true.
I'm not worried about it per se, but we can do it.
Yeah.
I think we can pull off the Giants. Let's see. Mr. Blue says, Alex, did you see Lamar might be playing in the Cowboys game? Mr. Blue, he
That's why I wore
is.
that. That's why I wore
He
that.
is playing in the Cowboys game tomorrow.
He will
you
be.
You can fully expect to see number 8 in his jersey tomorrow playing football. Now, let's see.
All right, we can take a deep breath and just talk
Take a deep breath.
Ravens football.
Back to some Ravens.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and start previewing our game tomorrow against the Cowboys. Before we get into our predictions and everything like that, I want to get the keys to victory from both of you guys on what you think we need to do in order to win this football game. Now, for me, I would definitely say control the clock for one. Make this our game. Okay, so don't make it like a dogfight with the Cowboys, like an unnecessary dogfight, which sometimes happens. Like I think we need to kind of get up on them early. We need to try to put them away early.
Yeah.
And I think that will actually, that's going to be our main key, our biggest key to victory. 2, shutting down the run early. When the score is 0-0, they're going to try to run the ball to try to establish that on us. What we need to do is actually, use our Calais Campbell, use our Brandon Williams to stop Zeke, get them out of their game plan, get Andy Dalton, throwing the ball a lot more. And then our offense, we just need to be ourselves. We don't need to be, anything else that we aren't. We don't need to come out, and Lamar doesn't need to throw the ball 40 plus times. He just does not. And I know he won't, but I think that we should get a heavy dose of J.K. Dobbins, of Gus Edwards. And I want to see Des Bryant too. Des Bryant, he deserves this.
Yes.
He's put in the work.
Yeah.
The stars are aligned for him to actually have a good game. And all those emotions that he's going through, right now, especially going up against his old team tomorrow. This is only, his 3rd or 4th game back actually with the team. So I feel like he can actually have a good impact. So those are going to be my keys to victory. Controlling the clock, stopping the run, and getting J.K., Gus, and Dez involved. Now, what do you guys think, though? Our keys to victory.
100% agree. With that, I'm going to go as well. Just getting that pass rush going. Looking at the Cowboys injury report, Cameron Irving's out, Zach Martin's out, and I believe 1 or 2 other of their starting offensive linemen are hurt. That being said, we're playing a bunch of backup linemen. We're getting our big guys back, get to the quarterback, make Andy Dalton throw interceptions, and just the lack of turnovers has really hurt us these past couple of weeks. That Ty Bowser interception was big last week. We haven't had any of those Marlon punch-outs, but I feel like if we get 2 to 3 interceptions tomorrow or just turnovers, we're going to win the game. And I actually want to pose this question to you, Keeping It Real. I believe we said 4 was like the over-under on sacks. What you going to do? Over-under, you're going to take 4.
You know what? With Clay is coming back and the whole squad coming back, and with that offensive line being injured, I'm going to go over 4.
Okay.
I'm going
I
to
said
say
the same thing.
I'm gonna put 5 specifically, just to at least over 4. I think is gonna happen.
Okay. I like that. So, like I said, just getting to the quarterback. And then next up, the run game. Has to be the run game. That's what we are. We're not a passing team. And then finally, good special teams. That wins games. So if it's Duvernay, just giving a big return, or Prochet, just having the short hands. It's my 3 keys to the game.
Yeah, I like what you guys brought up. For me, definitely 1, would be to control the ball, control the clock for the most part. Got to utilize this run game. That is where our specialty is. Plus, everything's not in sync right now with the passing game, so utilize and work to your strengths. Another thing I want to see from that offense is try to have a clean game. Penalty wise, we're due for at least one illegal formation, so we've accepted that. But turnovers, let's cut that. We don't need turnovers in this game. Let's not try to hurt ourselves. Protect the football. That's one thing. We'll deal with the penalties. Just protect the football and don't turn it over. That's really all I need from the offense. Defensively, just focus on stopping the run and don't give up any big plays. Also, try to force a turnover. If we can do that, we shouldn't really have a problem in this game.
I like that a lot. I do. And I know if anybody else doesn't know, Pat Ricard is back, a key part of our offense, our fullback. So I'm looking forward to that. And another point, our tight ends. Can Luke Wilson find his hands this week? Because I think they're still in Seattle because he couldn't catch anything last week. That's another big thing. We know Lamar loves tight ends. Yeah. So, if he has a bad game this week, there's still a certain free agent available. Delaney Walker. That's just me.
What do you think about Delaney Walker, keeping it real? Do you think we should bring him on?
Honestly, after what I saw from Wilson in that game, yes, Delaney Walker, I think he could still bring something to the table. In fact, I would have preferred we got him over Wilson, but you know what? It's fine. Delaney Walker is definitely someone that could make an impact in our offense. So I wonder if they'll bring him.
Okay, let me see a couple of things in the chat here. A couple of keys to victory from our guys watching. Shout out to everybody watching right now. If you haven't sounded off in the chat room, go ahead and do that. We love interacting with you guys. But a couple keys to victory from you guys. Jace Wood says, Dez, 10 targets. 10 targets for Dez. I don't hate that, but I don't see him necessarily getting 10 targets. I see him probably getting around 6 to 8, right around there. 8 being the ceiling for me. But let's see. We also have Bring Our Own Energy from ZayKing56. Yes. That's a big one as well.
Yeah.
This is going to be a very emotional game. A lot of people, thought last week was, since we were just coming off the whole COVID thing, but even though we were still missing like almost half our team, and now we're starting to get healthier, and we've lost 3 straight. Our backs are up against the wall.
Yeah.
So I think that we have to bring our own energy, and I think that's a very good point. Let's see.
I want to bring up a really quick point. Do you think this might be some shadowing or foreshadowing? Mark Ingram hasn't been activated yet. J.K. Dobbins has. Ingram hasn't. So do you think we're just keeping him there? To not play him? Because I'm like, okay, they got it at the same time, but Dobbins is back and Ingram isn't. I don't know about that, but he hasn't done anything this year, to be honest, besides a 1 touchdown run against the Texans.
True.
With the whole bring your own energy, like he brings his own energy, but not on the field. That's on the sidelines.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely looking forward to a steady diet of some Gus and JK tomorrow. Then a little bit of sprinkle of Justice Hill.
Yeah, it should be interesting for the most part. One thing I'm definitely looking to see is coaching. I want to see how the coaches respond in this type of game. There's no reason to lose this type of game, so I expect the coaching to be where it needs to be. I need to see a disciplined Ravens squad go out there tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Like
our guy Jay said, I believe he said LJ 8 5 touchdowns. I want another Jackson 5. We haven't had one of them since last year. Those are some fun games. Why not do it again?
Good
time.
On prime
time,
man.
He does that. This is a different situation. If he goes out there and throws 5 touchdowns, man,
the Ravens are back.
Yes.
Let's see. Run the football. Absolutely. I think that, and what we were talking about Mark Ingram before. Sorry if you guys can hear my dog barking in the background, but what I was talking about Mark Ingram before. I think that our running back, our backfield is actually better without him playing, without him actually being in the game, because it kind of brings a better element of surprise, I guess, to what I'm trying to say, when we just have Dobbins and Gus Edwards. When we have Mark Ingram in the game, and if he's touching the ball, he's not getting us any production. So it's like I kind of like us better without Mark Ingram in the game, because that way we just have, it's either JK or it's Gus. It's not we're trying to work all 3 of them in, and then the third one that we're working in for a third of the carries, he's not really producing. You know what I mean? So I think that J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards on their own is a lot better. And Jay says they're doing Ingram dirty. I don't know if they're doing Ingram dirty. I think Ingram's been doing us kind of dirty this season in terms of his play on the field. Listen, we all love Mark Ingram here as Ravens fans, but it's just at the end of the day, we got love for him. But at the end of the day, we got to look at production. He hasn't really produced lately. I don't know if there's something going on with him, if there's an injury we don't know about, but yeah, man, I think it's better without him on the field, at least right now. Let's see. K-Dog has a question for us. He says, does Lamar have the mental toughness to deal with coming back from COVID on top of a 3-game losing streak? So just to give a little bit of context to this question, yes, we have been on a 3-game losing streak. Mm-hmm. And some players have showed some sort of, degree of difficulty coming off of COVID, i.e. Cam Newton. When he first came back from COVID, he was not the same. So do you guys think that, does Lamar have the mental toughness? I don't doubt that he does. I think he definitely does have the mental toughness to, go out there and do anything, man. He's an amazing kid. He's made it thus far, in his career. So I definitely think he has the mental toughness. Now, the physical toughness is a totally different thing because, a sickness like that, it can definitely mess with you in a bunch of different ways, especially if you're playing like a high level, high intensity sport like football. So it's kind of hard to tell. But what do you guys think about that, though?
Yeah, definitely. Go ahead, Alex.
To be honest, I have to agree with you with the mental toughness thing, but he's a winner. He wants to win. He said he'll do anything to win. Mm-hmm. I think he'll be fine. But my biggest thing is, this from what we've heard, like it kind of just fatigues you. And I know the coaches. I mean, he's gonna say he's good to go, but I look at it. We see it in sports, like RG3 last week. Oh, he's good, and it hurts the team. Mm-hmm. I just don't want us to rush him out there and force him out there and make him do things that he was doing last year or weeks before when he was 100%, because we don't know if he's 100%. Yeah. I think it'll just be a lot of run in place. It won't be a lot of design running for him per se. More of the running backs taking the load. Yeah. And then if we're going to do passing plays, to go back on the Dez 10 targets, I don't think we have 10 passing plays in the Greg Roman offense, to be honest. So I will have to just get creative then.
Yeah, I definitely agree with both of you guys. That I don't doubt Lamar's mental toughness for the game, specifically if you see his sort of play style and you see how he approaches the game. I definitely believe he has the mental toughness to handle it. It's just that physical aspect and coming off of this, especially with Lamar's play style, that could definitely be difficult, which is why I feel like he himself, I know he's going to want to go out there and play, but even he himself, he might want to at least take a step back in terms of running, and that'll be more of the emphasis of giving the ball to both JK and Gus. In terms of passing, I know Lamar is going to really do what he's got to do for the most part. I don't really see Dez getting 10 targets, unless we're doing like a short pass situation where it's like a lot of short passes and just trying to get the ball in Dez's hands. Maybe you might get it that way. But other than that, we do not really have 10 different passing routes in this offense. We run a very basic offense that does the same things. If it's not a crossing route, it's really go routes for the most part. We don't have that level of variety on our offense. So I think overall Lamar should be fine. He definitely has the mental toughness, and I think he should be good to go for the most part.
I think you're muted. We cannot hear you.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go. I thought I lost you guys.
See. No, let's see. Our guy Fatal Storm Clan just joined. What's up, man? He says, can the Ravens make it to the playoffs? Just plain and simple. Can we make the playoffs?
I'm going to say, yeah, we can. But like I said before, we can't rely on anybody else but ourselves. Yeah. I want to take it back to 2017 when we lost to the Bengals. The Bills needed the Bengals to beat us. Okay, They beat us. And what did the Bills do when they got in the playoffs? One and done.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't want us to go there and be another one and done. Like, let's prove that we belong in there. Let's go win the game on the road. And I don't want it any other way. I look at it now. The Browns are better than us. I'm going to simply say it. We're better than the Colts, and we're better than the Dolphins, in my opinion. The Browns their line is so good. And I don't know if you watched the game yesterday. That was the same Titans we played. That's the same Titans, and they just ran all over them. So let's forge this new identity. If not, if we don't make the playoffs, John Harbaugh deserves to be on the hot seat.
Yeah, no question.
Wow.
Yeah, Harbaugh being on the hot seat, I could definitely see that happening. But yeah, I definitely agree with you, Alex, for that. For the most part, we don't really control our destiny, but we can control what we do for this remaining schedule. If we go out and win all 5 of our games, we put ourselves in a good position to make the playoffs. Whatever happens at that point, we'll see what happens. But I don't want to be like, all right, we lose this game, but we got to hope this one loses and this one loses. No. We can control these last 5 games. Let's go out there and be 5-0. And that Browns game is going to be a big test to see if we even have anything left to really, like any fight left to try and get to the playoffs. Because right now, the Browns, they are definitely a better team than us. At least looking offensively in terms of scheme and everything. What Stefanski's been able to do with them, man, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. They have a much more creative offense than us, and it's just run a lot better than the way our offense is. So that's definitely a tough team. They're playing better football than we are right now, and that's going to be a big test. Beating them would do wonders for this team. So if we can go 5-0, I do believe we can make the playoffs at 11-5.
Yeah, definitely. And I think a big part of going 5-0 and finishing the rest of the season on a strong note is, decreasing our unforced errors. So, just a lot of lack of execution, lack of attention to detail, because that's something with an offense like ours. Attention to detail is everything, because things have to be perfectly timed. Things have to be perfectly executed in every way, shape, or form in order for a lot of our design plays to work. And this season, it's either been unforced errors, with people either not being on the same page with communication, or just not playing the game the right way. And I mean, penalties, so we've got on our offensive line, most famously or infamously for penalties right now, I think would be DJ Fluker. Am I right?
Oh, yeah, no question.
Fluker. So do you think that and just real quick, with our offensive line and the penalties and stuff like that, do we need to make a change, make a move off of Fluker in order to, kind of get those penalties down a little bit? Because that can really hurt us. It really has hurt us in past games.
I can give a suggestion.
You
make Tristan Colon Castillo our center, Makari right guard, and then Ben Powers right tackle. I don't know if I think Powers can play right tackle too, but that's just kind of like a quick fix. I don't know if they can do that, but I like what I saw from Colon Castillo last week. I know Makari's played right guard before.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I was big on Fluker, but he really hasn't panned out the way I thought he was going to be. So we can just get that side just solid, not even good or great. I think we can definitely turn it around.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Let's see. So I think we had somebody give a couple of their keys to victory in this before we get to our score predictions for this game. Let's see. KLA Sports, he says, run the ball, take possession, unleash the pass later. Defense needs to send pressure and stop the run, force them to pass, and play physical against wide receivers. Yeah, man. I mean, that's basically like what we were saying a couple 20 minutes ago. Force them to pass, get them out their game early. Do not let Zeke and that that offense get comfortable. And we've seen Zeke not really be himself, not be Zeke this season up to this point. And also that offensive line is decimated with injuries. I know we were just talking about that. Alex was mentioning that earlier. So we need to shut that down. And then would you say run the ball, take possession, unleash the pass later? That sounds a lot like last year, what we were doing last year on offense, kind of just running the ball down their throat. And then when they're, so terrified of the run, boom, Lamar just hits them over the top. We've been missing that over the top action this season, to say the least. So
True.
I want to just talk about one more thing before we get into score predictions and stuff like that. Big plays is something that this offense has been missing all season. So plays down the field, deep shots and stuff like that. How many deep shots do you guys expect us to take going forward with the weapons that we have, with us really trying to put the pedal to the metal and win these games? Do you think we need more deep shots, more big plays? What do you guys think about that?
Because this offense isn't really built for big plays like that. It would definitely be nice to have more big plays, but in terms of execution, can these receivers get down the field and make the plays? It would definitely be nice to add those for the most part. Maybe if we would have switched more to a spread offense and utilizing our receivers more, we could probably take that approach. But it doesn't really look like the Ravens are looking to do that this season. They might be forced to, considering the fact that, the tight end situation is exactly great, but in terms of taking shots down the field more, I think the Ravens are going to be looking to do that more because that touchdown Trace had to Hollywood, that was definitely a nice play, and they might be looking to get that, and that could be the spark that initiates something downfield. But this offense just isn't built like that. I think they're gonna try to do that more, but I'm not sure how effective they'll be in doing it.
Yeah, I agree. It showed that like we got to get the ball into Marquise's hand. He hasn't deserved the Hollywood name yet. He has to earn that back.
I gotta take back my Hollywood. He's Marquise now.
You're good, yeah. I feel like we just got to get in his hands. I mean, he showed off that speed. He made Minka just rethink his lanes he was taking. And then I'll be honest, we were running like a trip set. I know we met a few weeks like we will see it. We were running it, I think, against the Titans when it was Dez actually had a few catches. I'll just see more of that. I mean, I don't think we take deep threats deep shots per se. I mean, we only had like the one or two. But if we're gonna take a deep shot, make sure it's the Hollywood or Marquise. I call myself. Because, I mean, I saw it through Duvernay against Tennessee, and then Duvernay kind of just backed off, and then it was a pick. So I'm like, let's go to the guy who's been in the league 2 years now. But, I mean, I really can't see deep shots unless it's to Marquise Brown. Maybe that's Bryant. Why not let one fly to Dez if it's a one-on-one?
I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah. Let's see. ZKing56 says we should take 8 shots. 3 in the second quarter, 2 in the first and third, with 1 in the fourth. It's very specific. Very, very specific.
Very specific.
Man, the thing about deep shots and stuff like that, and Jace Woods, he brings up a good point. He says, depends on the line.
Yeah.
You know, the reason why we were able to get a lot of big plays over the top last year was because we had such a solid offensive line, you know, protecting Lamar Jackson while he was getting ready to throw the football. So it really does depend on how our O-line holds up. And it's just crazy how it seems like every game, you know, we're kind of shuffling around playing musical chairs on the offensive line. You know, somebody's here and then somebody's over there. And then, you know, we've kind of found our stability with, Orlando Brown taking over for Ronnie Stanley for the season. And then we're still trying to figure out center here and there. Colin Castillo, the guy that, you know, had played center for us last week, I believe he is back down to the practice squad, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Even though he played pretty well. So, you know, who knows? Maybe we'll see him back, but
yeah,
it does definitely depend on our O-line. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, most of the guys we were calling up from our practice squad are now on the 53-man roster. Yeah. I know we might get Anthony Averett back, which I know most Ravens fans didn't like him earlier in the year, but he was doing his thing when he had to step up, and then he got hurt. But when also coming back to big plays, when I think of big plays, our biggest play wasn't even on offense this year. It was the kick return Duvernay had against the Chiefs.
Exactly.
Besides that, I really can't think of a spark play where like it just caught me off guard. Like I wasn't expecting that. With the offense, I'm kind of expecting to happen. Minus the Trace thing last week, but I'm still going to consider that garbage time.
Yeah. Let's see. I think remembers. Jace Woods says the game is played here, right? 30 degrees, cold as balls. Zeus played left tackle in college. Yes, the game will be in Baltimore tomorrow. Let's see. Fatal Storm Clan, he says, do some RPOs that make them think like run or read option, then Lamar can pass. It sounds nice. It all sounds good. We'll just have to see, again, that attention to detail, if we can really get the execution down. Now, I will say this. Yeah. I don't think we should definitely temper expectations for the offense. I know we're getting Lamar back. You know, Dez is primed to have a good game, yada, yada, yada. But also we have to think as well, Lamar hasn't practiced in the past almost 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And he's just coming off of COVID. And all he's really been doing is, you know, joining the Zoom meetings and making sure he's still up to date with, like, you know, the play calling, things like that. But man, I mean, that's why I really expect to see a lot of JK, a lot of Gus Edwards, and I mean a healthy dose. We are going to test their defensive line to see if they can stop, you know, our running backs. And if they can, cool. But I don't think that we'll be able to. But if they can, then we'll have to see, you know, more from Lamar.
They have a pretty good defense. They have Alden Smith, they have Jalen Smith, and they have Lane Vander Esch. They have Quandre Diggs as their number one corner, who, I mean, he's been getting cooked up recently. So, I mean, I don't know who I can put my faith in to cook up a corner on this team, but it has to be somebody.
Yeah. Let's see. So ZKing56, he says, we need endurance. Have our players run commandos and suicides before and after practice. Now, that's something that I think is is definitely true. I mean, I'm not sure exactly how to coach up the guys to get more endurance. I'm no football coach, but I do definitely think that we need, endurance, especially if we're going to run that up-tempo, fast-paced offense. That fast-paced offense where we're just like we did against the Colts in that Colts game.
Yeah.
We've seen it a couple other times where we've seen success with it. That is something that requires a lot of endurance and a lot of cardio. Now, if we can actually pull that off, and we can just kind of run teams out of the gym or run teams off the field, for better words, I think we'll be good. But that is a good point, ZKing56. We do need endurance like no other in order to run that up-tempo offense.
Shout out to our guy ZKing, though. Always coming through with the questions.
Absolutely. Our guy, Simply AS10. Hey, that's that guy right there. He says, drop a like. Yes. Drop a like on the video. Please drop a like on this video if you're watching live right now. If you're not watching live right now, you're watching after the fact. Still, please just drop a like, maybe subscribe. But let's go ahead and get into our score predictions for this Cowboys Ravens game before we move on here. So my score prediction for this game, I'm going to go 30-16 Baltimore Ravens. I feel like we get it done by a couple scores, and we look comfortable doing it. I think we stick to the game plan. We run the ball. We stop Zeke early, and we just kind of put the game into Andy Dalton's hands. And I feel like he'll have 2 turnovers, maybe 2 picks. I did call on our last podcast that Patrick Queen would have an interception this week, so we'll see if that happens tomorrow. If it does happen, then I don't know. I might do something crazy on the next podcast, but I want to know you guys' score predictions. Everybody in the chat, let me know your score predictions as well. I want to see all of you guys, what you guys think. But Alex and Keeping It Real.
And the player of the game too, please.
Yeah.
All right.
For me, I'll go 31-17. You said 30-16, 30. I'll go 31. I really think I haven't been this excited for a Ravens game probably since week 1, because I'm like, okay, we're getting Lamar back. We're getting back a couple crucial guys. Our defense, we're getting back Calais, so we went out and got in the offseason. Getting back Amadabike, who literally has looked great this season, and Big Baby. So I'm expecting a really good game all around. And let's treat this like last year, like one of those games. Let's just keep our foot on their throat. I don't care who it is. They don't care about us. They don't feel sorry for us. They don't care we lost 3 straight to the NFL. Let's go. Let's just go win this. Yeah. I'll player of the game. I'll go. I'm biased, but I'll go to Sean Elliott. I think he'll get his first pick.
Oh, okay. I like that. The Joker.
All right. See, we almost like 17 because we all picked that for the Cowboys final score. I'm going to go 27-17 for me for the most part. I think it's going to be a game where we're going to be running the ball. We're going to be disciplined, I hope, for the most part, in terms of protecting the football. We'll still expect some penalties, but at least in terms of protecting the football, we'll be disciplined. We might be able to make a couple plays in the passing game. Hopefully, we get Dez involved. I would definitely want to see that. Defensively, I hope they're able to stop the run and force Andy Dalton to beat our secondary. That would be the best situation. And I hope they can get to Andy Dalton. I'm predicting at least 5 sacks. So who knows how that's going to go. And, for the most part, I'm going to just see it go 27-17. And depending how this goes, I'm going to show some love to Dez. I'm going to say Dez is going to be the player of the game.
Wow. Okay.
I like that a lot.
I like that. So
If
you got Deshaun
game,
Elliott. You got Dez.
It just feels like it's set up for him.
If Dez is player of the game, that might be the juice we need in the offense. He brings that energy. He will make that catch over somebody, and it'll just bring a different type of energy to not only just the offense, but the receiving core, because that's what we need. Yeah. We just need to have a good game receiving wise, and hopefully it can just open things up.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, our whole season is going to come down to our receivers. So you think about it, in games where our backs are against the wall and we need to win this game in order to advance in our season, to keep our season alive, we're probably going to be losing that game. We're going to need our receivers to make big plays. So if a guy like Dez can step up now, so that later on he can already be kind of established as kind of like that go-to guy or dog, as I like to say, on our offense, then I think that'll definitely be really good. So I'm hoping that Keeping It Real is right with his MVP prediction or player of the game prediction in Dez Bryant. For me, I probably have to say, man, I think I'm gonna go Yannick Ngakoue, guys. I really am. I'm gonna go Yannick Ngakoue. I think he can have at least 2 sacks, a bunch of pressures, you know what I mean, like hurries and stuff like that. and a good amount of tackles because, like I said, getting Calais Campbell and Brandon Williams back, that's going to be just huge for giving him opportunities and things like that. So I think I'm going to go Yannick Ngakoue as my player of the game.
How many sacks you thinking?
I'm thinking at least 2. I'm thinking at least 2. Yeah,
Okay.
I think he gets home to Andy Dalton at least twice. I don't want to be too overzealous, but hopefully he can definitely get home a good amount of times. Let's see. A couple other. So player of the game, Derek Wolfe, King 56. I like that as well. Yeah. Man, Derek Wolfe. What about our guy LJ Fort? You never know, man.
Our guy.
LJ Fort.
He's been balling.
He's a short tackler. He's probably one of the best tacklers on the defense. Wrap up, just take him down easily.
Yeah. Let's see. So Justin Phillips says this podcast is awesome. We appreciate that, Justin. For sure. Let's see. Fatal Storm Clan says Dez will get 6 catches for 106, and JK will get 89 yards off of 12 carries. That's not a bad take. That means that Dez will have 1 or 2 big catches.
Yeah.
And then he'll have like a couple, maybe like a first down or 2 catch, like move the sticks. That's not a bad game. That's actually a really good game for Dez Bryant. 100 yards receiving. Oh yeah. And JK 89 yards off of 12 carries, and then maybe Gus with a cool 72 yards. I don't know, or maybe Gus gets 100 yards. Maybe he breaks over 100. You never know. Gus is explosive. Yeah. And we shouldn't underrate him at all. But let's see. So let's just we've talked about not Steelers, but we did talk about the Steelers. Steelers, they held that L today. We talked about Ravens and Cowboys. Now let's talk about some other things that have been going on in the league. I know we were talking about the Jets game yesterday.
Oh boy.
And yeah, how the Jets just basically gave it away at the end. And them calling that all-out blitz on 3rd down when the only thing that can beat you is a touchdown with 5 seconds left. It makes no sense. It's like when you're playing Madden against somebody who's way less skilled, and you just walk up to the offensive line on a play, and you're just like, oh yeah, I know this is a touchdown. I can already see what they're about to run. I'm about to call my hot routes and everything like that. I know this is a touchdown. That's basically like what happened. Exactly. Just
it's a 101.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, man, I want to get you guys' take on that. Do you guys think that that's purposeful tanking? If you do think it's purposeful tanking, do you think that the league should put their hand in that? Because it seems like it's so obvious. Listen, it's 5 seconds left. Only thing that beats you is a touchdown. Why are you bringing an all-out blitz trying to get a sack on a guy when all you have to do is just keep them outside of the end zone? Do you think that the league should step in on teams who are trying to tank? Because it just seems kind of obvious at this point. You have the win in the bag, you give it away. What do you guys think about that? Do you think it's purposeful tanking? And if so, does the league need to intervene with something like that?
Man, that's tough. That's tough. I definitely do believe it's purposely tanking. There is no reason to send an all-out blitz when you know the situation. They're going for the end zone. You should be backed up in coverage and playing prevent defense. In fact, I got a quote here from Derek Carr on the situation. When he saw the play, this is what he said: "I can't believe they all-out blitzed us, but as soon as I saw it, man, I was thankful." Everybody knows the situation. They're going for a touchdown. Yeah. Why would you blitz them knowing they're going for the end zone? Why isn't anybody back there? And you're setting up these guys one-on-one, and that poor cornerback, Lamar Jackson, man, they set him up. They set him up against Ruggs one-on-one. That was not fair. That was not fair. So,
and Lamar Jackson's a rookie, too.
Yeah, so they put him in a bad situation. They knew what they were doing.
Not only is he a rookie, he's an undrafted free agent rookie.
Exactly.
Put him up against a guy like Henry Ruggs, a first rounder with 4.24 speed. Can't do that.
That's not fair. They set him up. They knew what they were doing. And the Raiders, man, they were definitely thankful of that. I made a video about this too, and I legit started by saying that John Gruden, Derek Carr, and the entire Raiders team needs to go over to that Jets sideline and thank them for personally giving them that game. Because there's no way in a situation like that, they're going for the end zone. Why would you call an all-man blitz? Why would you blitz in that situation in general? It's just you know what you're doing. That's probably why Greg Williams got fired, man.
Yeah.
Just they knew it. They probably set him up for that. I don't know if he's the one. Yeah, he is the one that made the call, right? Greg Williams, he made that call.
Yep.
But my thing is though, like, even if you're the defensive coordinator and you're making that call, Adam Gase, who is the head coach, you have to yeah, you got to overrule that. You got to be like, wait a minute, wait, hold on, wait, what are we calling on third and whatever with 5 seconds left, and they need a touchdown to win, bro? There's no excuse, which is why I think that it's like it's an organizational thing. You know, it's coming from like the head down. You know what I mean? They like,
know what
okay,
they're doing.
They know what they're doing. It's like the game's kind of close. Our guys fought hard. But let's kind of not put us in position to, win, if you know what I mean. That sort of thing, which is why I was asking you guys, do you guys think that the league should step in on stuff like that? Should they punish teams for purposely tanking because it hurts the NFL product? What do you guys think about that?
Look no further than the defensive coordinator, Greg Williams. Look at his past. The Bounty Gate with the Saints. I mean, he's been known to tell people to go and hit people low, hit them in the head. If they have an injury, go after that. I mean, if it's anybody else, I'm not going to worry about it. I mean, I'll look more into it, but it's Greg Williams and it's Adam Gase, the head coach.
Yep.
I mean, the Jets are the most dysfunctional team in the league right now. And it's kind of silly because everybody's saying Trevor Lawrence. I don't think Arnold is a bad quarterback at all. So I kind of feel bad. Like it's all, Trevor Lawrence, that's why they're tanking. It's like they just are just missing just pieces all around. And then when you trade Jamal Adams and then you have CJ Mosley opt out, and you have Darnold go down, it's just not good for them. So I definitely think, for sure, you got to look into that.
Yeah, they know what they're doing for the most part. And, they're just trying to get Lawrence. And even when they get Lawrence, like, there's no pieces here. Well, at least according to Jets fans that have been contacting me anytime I talk about the situation, their GM has a plan once they get Trevor Lawrence that they're going to enact. And I keep asking Jets fans, how much confidence do you have? Yeah, they have the picks and everything, but how much faith do you have in them not screwing this situation up?
Yeah.
So that's just where I come from that. But Jets fans say they got a plan. We're going to get Lawrence. We're going to get the right picks, and we're going to turn this around. I just got to see it to believe it.
It's not like the Bengals. The Bengals, when they got Burrow, they have pieces around him.
Yeah.
They have great receivers, a tight end, a running back. What do the Jets have? I mean, Crowder he's better than most on the Ravens, and Perryman's looked really good. But besides that, like the line, and then you got a tight end, then you need a run. Like you have Frank Gore as your starting running back. Really? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. It's not.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, like I said, I definitely think that the league, somebody needs to step in on that because it just seems like, come on, man, you're a professional. Everybody out there doing their job, they're professionals at their job. And it does not seem the professional move. Of me as an unprofessional, I'm not a professional at all when it comes to football. But for you to make that call is just so blatantly like obvious that was the wrong move to make, man. It's like, come on, dog. Like, come on. Yeah. But yeah, man. So that was that.
Players.
And
I'm gonna bring up a topic.
Yeah, what's
go
up?
ahead. You can go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
No, I mean, I was just gonna say that didn't help us either in our playoff quest. Because we needed the Raiders to lose, but they ended up winning, so it's all good. Like we said, like the title at the bottom, no excuses. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do our job and our job only. But what were you about to say, Alex?
So I'm glad you brought up the Raiders because I was going to talk about a fellow AFC West team, guy Fluker, looked like Patrick Mahomes. I want to bring up the MVP race. So I just want to get your opinion. Who do you guys think is the MVP so far?
Man, I gotta go either Patrick Mahomes or Aaron Rodgers right now, but I'd probably lean towards Patrick Mahomes.
It really comes down to those two. Their numbers are very close when you look at it. In terms of like yards, Mahomes has the edge. Touchdowns, Aaron Rodgers has the edge. And he also has the edge in completion percentage, but in terms of interceptions, Mahomes has the edge. It's been very close, but I feel like Mahomes has got to edge out just because he's been both him and Aaron Rodgers have been at that level, but Mahomes just seems to have a little bit of an edge. I wouldn't be surprised if Aaron Rodgers gets it because he's been balling out too. It's a very tight race right now between the two.
Yeah, it is. And I think about it. I mean, I look at it. Mahomes really hasn't had a bad game. Look at Aaron Rodgers. He had a terrible game against the Bucks, and that's what I think is kind of
That's it. That's it.
that's what has Mahomes over him right now for me. I kind of want to give a shout out to like defensive players like T.J. Watt and Aaron Donald. They're not going to win it, but they definitely deserve some credit.
True.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think for me, I've got Mahomes over Rodgers simply because like a guy like Aaron Rodgers, he makes it look easy. But a guy like Patrick Mahomes, he makes it look too easy. And that's the thing about Mahomes, man. Like you watch him play football, it's the reason why every NFL fan low key at some point, like they love the Chiefs. You know, we just love watching the Chiefs because they're so creative on offense and they're just so explosive and dynamic. Patrick Mahomes being, you know, just that equalizer, that ultimate equalizer, you know, at any time he could like pop off for like a huge player, make some crazy throw or something like that. And this is at the highest level in the NFL. So I think that, you know, with that being said, Patrick Mahomes, he's got my MVP vote so far this season. He's only thrown 2 interceptions on the whole season, bro.
That's
2
tough.
picks and 31 touchdowns. It's like, you know, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got him. But let's see. Let's see. It says our guy Vlad Belang. He says, "I agree that team has no excuses. Greetings from one of the few Ravens fans in Mexico since year 2002. That's what's up, man. Shout out to you.
Appreciate that.
All the way in Mexico. Shout out. All right, so let's see. Another thing I know we wanted to get into, the Eagles, Carson Wentz, Jalen Hurts. The whole situation with them. A couple weeks ago, well, not even a couple weeks ago, probably about a week ago to this day, me and Alex were talking about, you know, the Eagles and Carson Wentz, and I was asking Alex, I was like, hey, if Carson Wentz if he keeps like, you know, not performing, then will the Eagles nudge closer to Jalen Hurts? And we finally saw that scale tip over yesterday, and Jalen Hurts actually got his first time. Of course, he didn't start, but he played pretty much the majority of the second half, if I'm not mistaken. So what did you guys think of like his performance? What did you guys think of Jalen Hurts overall? And like, what do you think about Carson Wentz and the Eagles going forward?
Yeah, so I think about it like this. This past year, the Packers draft Jordan Love in the first round. The Eagles get Jalen Hurts in the second round. Aaron Rodgers is playing at the MVP level. Carson Wentz just doesn't look like he has it. I mean, it's just weird to see. I mean, Jalen Hurts comes in the game and he just gives them a spark. Same offensive line, same receivers, same tight ends, and he's driving down the field with his legs or with his arm. Looked good as a passer. I mean, he didn't have much time to pass because that line is still shaky. But I feel like you're playing the Saints now. I'd say we were talking about this before the stream started. If Carson Wentz isn't on the roster for the Eagles next year, that's $60 million in dead cap. That right there, that's 3 to 4 quality players in the NFL. Just thinking about that, that's crazy. So I feel like you kind of got to stick with Carson Wentz, even though right now Jalen Hurts will give you the best chance to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, no question.
You do think that Jalen Hurts gives them the best chance to win?
After what I mean, on a 4th and 18 on the run,
You're right.
Just dropped a dime.
You're right.
It was beautiful, and he's getting Jalen Reagor involved, who couldn't get anything going with Carson Wentz.
Exactly.
Jalen and Hurts to Ertz.
I love the Hurts to Ertz. Yep.
That was one of the best plays the Eagles have had all season. And that speaks volumes, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jalen Hurts, you know, his performance yesterday was just better than Carson Wentz for the most part. He was kind of thrown into the fire and working with the same situation Carson Wentz was able to work with, yet he was more productive in the less time he played compared to Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz couldn't get anything going. Carson Wentz, for the most part, just looked ineffective. And at times, there were just some throws he was making where I was looking at him and like, what are you seeing? What are you doing? Why would you throw that pass? He hasn't been playing up to that standard. And like what you said, Alex, in the same thing with the Packers situation, they get Jordan Love and Aaron Rodgers. You see him playing like an MVP. He's playing close to the same level Mahomes is. Meanwhile, with Carson Wentz, he's getting hurts and he's looking like one of the worst quarterbacks in the league. Yeah, we understand his situation isn't perfect. It's one of the worst situations in the league. But when another guy that comes into that situation with less time to work with these guys, because it's not like he's out there practicing with the starters the way Carson Wentz is. So for a guy to come in with that less practice time with them and to be more effective, that's not a good look on you. But like you said, man, you're gonna have to stick with them moving forward. That contract is killer, but you're not gonna bench a guy you're paying that much money for. And if you get rid of him, that 60 million is going to hurt them tremendously. So Jalen Hurts gives them the better chance to win, but you gotta stick with Carson Wentz at this point.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you have to think Jalen Hurts will get more involvement on the offense, whether it's, bring him in as a decoy or even let him throw the ball. But if I'm an Eagles fan, it's just you're in a really tough situation. So think about the Ravens with Joe Flacco. It's like, okay, we have him this year. It's like a little bit dead cap after the. So it's okay. He hurt. Lamar came in, did his thing. Then we traded Joe. And we had like a bit of dead cap, but not too much. Eagles, man, it's just – and then after 2021, 2022, if he's not on the roster, that's 20 more million. So over 80 million dead cap because of one player. It's crazy.
That's tough.
Yeah.
They're in a bad situation.
Very, very bad situation, man. And it's not like the Eagles even have it all together outside of the quarterback situation.
They don't.
At receiver, they're slowly getting better. But at running back, it's like, who do they really? Miles Sanders. Are you guys fans of Miles Sanders?
I am. I think he is elusive. I just don't think they utilize him right. I mean, he gives me. He's a short running back that can just. He reminds me of a little bit of a Justin Forsett. Not the biggest guy, but he can hit that burst, and I just don't think they use him right. And that's Doug Peterson. Give up the playing. Simple as that. I mean, head coach, not the offensive coordinator. You were, but you don't have any more. Times change. Give it up.
Exactly. They are not utilizing him right. And Doug Peterson himself, his coaching has been just bad this year, and his play calling has been worse. Just take a note from Matt Nagy. Give up the play calling, man. You can't do this. Give up the play calling, please. Give up the play calling.
I'm glad you brought up Matt Nagy, too, because he's in the hot seat. So is Anthony Lynn, which surprises me.
Anthony Lynn being on the hot seat doesn't really surprise me that much, though, because
I know we talked about it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we did. Like, you got a rookie QB who, for the most part, has been balling out, in his rookie season, and you're still finding ways to lose football games. And when that happens, you kind of got to look at the coaching situation. And you just look at them, you look at last year, it's like, okay, you can blame it on Phillip Rivers. But now, you've got Justin Herbert, who's been doing his part mostly. But it's just, and then, now they've got Eckler back. I know that's like a big help and things like that. But I think they're definitely going to move off of Anthony Lynn at the end of this season.
Yeah, it's crazy. Lost 45-0.
That was, oh my God, that was terrible. Chargers need to get this situation figured out because y'all cannot keep wasting the talent that is Herbert. If this keeps happening, he's going to be in a similar situation that we see Matthew Stafford dealing with in Detroit. Like, all this talent being wasted. They got to figure it out, man.
And it's crazy because Keenan Allen's like their Megatron. I'm not saying he's on the same level, but he is an elite receiver who, like, what is he going to – he deserves a ring, I think. Like, if he wants to come somewhere, I mean – he look good in Baltimore. I'd take him here.
Oh, yeah, no question. No, I'll definitely take him.
Or Mike Williams, one of the two. Even Hunter Henry. I'll take a tight end as well. Get a package deal.
Mike Williams would be amazing on the Ravens, man.
Yes, he would.
Just listen, Mike Williams, just go deep. You're probably going to be one-on-one. Lamar's just going to throw it up. Just go and out-rebound the other guy. That's basically what it is. Just be a basketball player and just go get that jump ball. I mean, I would love to have a Mike Williams on our team. Wow. All right. So, couple NFL topics out of the way. Alex, did you have anything else for us?
Any other questions? Anybody wants to ask us? I know floor is open. Ask us questions if you're here. I don't think I have any others. I can't really think of other games that happened. I guess Browns Titans. We can talk about that a little bit if you want to.
Browns Titans, man. Baker Mayfield, what a lot of people are going to start real soon here, and I want to get all my Ravens fans prepared for this. People are going to start rearranging the order of quarterbacks, like the quarterback hierarchy in the AFC North real soon. Yeah. Of course, people have already put Big Ben over Lamar. And now you're going to have people saying, okay, Baker's been playing pretty well this season, and they're going to put Baker over Lamar. With that being said, the Browns are a good football team this year. They're 9-3. What do you guys think the Browns are really going to do this season? Because it's looking like they're going to get to the playoffs. What do you foresee in their future?
That's a good question. Very good
I mean,
question.
'cause they haven't been to the playoffs in a long time, so it's like, what can we really expect? Especially in this year's AFC.
So they're the 5 seed right now, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll play the Titans again. Is that true?
The Titans is a 4 seed, right? So yeah,
Yes,
they
they'll be
would.
4 and 5. Wow.
Mm.
I mean, the Titans came back too, and there was a chance for
Yeah.
them to win that game. And I don't know. I wasn't able to watch it. I had finals going on. I was doing a project. Was Derrick Henry running the ball in the first half? I didn't watch any of the first half.
Oh, I can tell you the first half. This was the game changer, and this is where you looked at Cleveland's defense, where they set the tone. They actually stopped Henry on 4th down and got a turnover on downs. Not only that, but they actually stripped the ball and caused Derrick Henry to fumble, which is something he hasn't done in over a year.
Yeah.
So those are 2 things the Browns defense was able to do. And that is really where I've seen a lot of Titans fans say, those 2 situations happening, those don't really happen. And those were 2 possessions that put us in a bad situation. So moving forward, you can't really expect Henry to fumble the ball. It's not like that. But still, they got to watch out for that defense. So I would not be surprised if the Titans were to be able to beat them if they meet them again, because the comeback they made was tremendous. They were down like, I believe, 38-7 going into halftime, and the final score was 41-35.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Titans, they're scary.
Yeah, I mean, I just look at I think about it. That's what we got Calais Campbell to do. When Campbell played Henry, he made him fumble like once or twice, which is very, very rare. We didn't have him against the Titans. So, I mean, it's just that front 4 and just the front 7 too. It just sets the tone against the Titans. I mean, I think if they were to play the Browns again in the playoffs, they would beat them. But I saw a Ravens fan say like, "Oh, I can't take the Browns seriously until they win in the playoffs." I can't take the Ravens seriously until they win in the playoffs. So I mean, we're kind of at the same place. So, yeah,
that is true. Let's see. ZKing56 says, should we trade for Demario Davis or Melvin Ingram?
I feel like we gotta lock up Yannick because I think Judon is gone after this year, or unless he takes a pay cut.
Yeah, he's not taking a pay cut.
He's not taking a pay cut. He's not. He's probably gone.
Who would give $16 million a year to him?
I mean, you're thinking about it now. He hasn't had a great season, so I wouldn't be surprised if he actually was to take a pay cut, but he might just test the market, Like last year would have been the time for him to do that after the season he had. This year, he has not been impressive, so I don't know who's going to give him $16 million. He might actually take a pay cut.
Yeah. I think about look at Jadeveon Clowney. I mean, he had to take a pay cut, and now he's out for the year because nobody was going to give him a big contract. So he could be in the same boat as Jadeveon.
Let's see. Yeah,
True.
Mr. Jace was taking the Browns seriously. Baker woke me up this past Sunday. Absolutely, gotta take the Browns seriously now.
Yeah, Baker was really good in this game.
Yeah, he definitely was. Emmanuel, what's up, Emmanuel? He says Judon is versatile, but not an elite enough pass rusher. I feel that. Judon is not as consistent enough as I would like him to be. He has his games where he's got like 2 sacks and he's all over the place. But other times he kind of disappears, shrinks a little bit.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
Yeah, like I said, we all think that Judon will be out after the season, but I think that we could be okay if he does stay out. But
yeah, if he stays out, we should be fine. We should definitely be fine for the most part.
Yeah, we should be good. Also, Jadeveon Clowney also got hurt yesterday. I think he's out for the season.
Yeah, he's out for the season. I think he had knee surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Prayers up for him. Hope he gets better. Get well soon, Jadeveon. Let's see. So, you have been watching the Purple Rain podcast for the past hour and 20 minutes. I want to give another huge shout out to our special guest here, Keeping It Real. He has been keeping it real with us for the past hour, and we cannot be any more appreciative. Yeah, like I said, we thank you so much for coming on, man. Real quick, before we go, and I kind of want to get you in on this too, Keeping It Real. We like to talk a little bit of fantasy football on our podcast here, and I don't know if you're a fantasy football player. Are you?
Not really my thing, but
not really your thing?
yeah, but I can still
dabble
do this.
a little bit.
I dabble.
Yeah, me and Alex, we both have fantasy teams. We're gonna talk about each one of our teams, where we're at, where we're headed, what things are looking like for us. The playoffs for me just started this past week. Well, this week that's going on right now, but I didn't have to play because I had a bye week because I'm second seed. Now let me see. Also, yeah, if you guys are watching right now in the chat, make sure you put in your fantasy football questions so we can give you guys our best advice going into the playoffs and stuff like that. We know you guys want to have the best lineup possible, so let us know what kind of you guys' situation is going on, with as well. So let me just give you guys a quick little rundown of my squad, then Alex can give you guys his squad, and we'll get into some questions.
Or just tell us, are you winning right now, losing right now? Is your games coming down tonight or tomorrow? Let us know. Because I know mine's coming down the wire right now.
Yeah, see, my team was on bye this week, but my team that would have played if I was playing, they did nothing. Like Justin Herbert got me 4 points.
Yeah.
I started Devontae Booker, he got me 5 points. Derrick Henry got me 5 points. D-Hop got me 15. Tyreek Hill got me 11. This is my starting lineup, by the way. CeeDee Lamb has yet to play yet. I started CeeDee Lamb just because why not? This week doesn't count for me anyway. Ebron got me 10 points tonight. Shout out to Ebron, even though they lost. Shout out to the Steelers. Shout out to the Washington football team as well. Jerry Jeudy got me 1 point. Nice. Harrison Butker gave me 15. And Bears defense gave me 3 points. So, yeah, I'm going into the playoffs next week. And I'm hoping that Justin Herbert can have a bounce back game from getting shut out by the Patriots. I'm hoping he can come out and have one of his signature rookie year 300-yard passing games and get me a cool 25 to 30 points.
What are they playing next week?
They play. That's a good question. They play against the Falcons. So what better time?
He's got a good shot to do that.
Yeah. What better time for Justin Herbert to go off? And then I'm hoping for D-Hop and Tyreek Hill as well. Let's see. But go ahead, Alex. You can let us know what your team is looking like.
So it was a situation I have to win and I'm in. I lose and I'm out. I want to give a shout out to Andy Reid for using Clyde Edwards-Helaire so much the fact he got 0 points. I benched Jarvis Landry for him. So Andy Reid, you big Kool-Aid man looking. I'm not going to say the words, but that's how I feel. I'm losing right now, 129 to 100. I have Josh Allen and the kicker for the Bills right now playing.
Oh, you're doing good. Josh Allen's actually killing it right now against the Niners.
Yeah, he has 13. He has 13.5 points right now. But I had Terry McLaurin playing. He got me 3 points. So it's not looking good. And AJ Brown, Tannehill wasn't throwing him either. I don't know why. I don't like Tannehill. I don't think he's good. He turns into Joe Montana against the Ravens. And it's the only time I ever seen him ball out. And that's about it. I mean, Travis Kelce doing Travis Kelce things, 27.6 points, best tight end in the league. Don't at me.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going out of the playoffs. Hope this is my last week probably, but I'm still here to help you guys out. If you have Clyde Edwards-Helaire, don't play him because Andy Reid won't use him.
That's
it's
tough.
funny because Clyde Edwards-Helaire going into this season was supposed to be a top 10 running back. And he started off the season doing, not so bad, but for whatever reason, the Chiefs just have not been able to get him going. And the thing is, he'll probably, here's the thing about the Chiefs. A guy like Clyde Edwards-Helaire, he probably, he's been kind of quiet right now, but watch when the playoffs start.
They're saving
him. He's going to have a game where he has 2 or 3 touchdowns, and he's just super impactful on the game. Trust me, you can bank on that. It's either going to be him or Le'Veon Bell, but I have my money being on Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah.
He's going to be the fresh legs.
Yeah.
I mean, they did apparently because he was sick. Okay, I get that. Then just mark him inactive, suit somebody else up. I don't really get it because he had a backup running back too. So that really, really hurt me. I didn't even watch most of the game last night. I was just so sick of it because I knew it's my fantasy season's over. Yeah. But it's a good run of my playoff. I won it 2 years ago, made it the championship last year. Now this year I'm probably going to be out of it.
It happens like that sometimes.
It happens
Let's see. So just a couple more things. Bot Plays Only says, you guys should stream during the Ravens game as a live reaction. Oh, man, that would be fun to do someday. I feel it's kind of weird doing that, though.
I get us banned. I curse way too much during those games.
See, that's the same thing for me. I have a lot of people, they want me to do that because like they always love my live reactions, but like I'm like, it's gonna be 3 hours. If anything happens,
Yeah.
it's gonna be some swear words getting thrown out there, especially if it's just something we're used to. Like if Greg Roman does something dumb, I'm gonna be saying some things right here. I can't be doing that for 3 hours.
I can't.
Right.
A soundbite gets made. It's all over the internet. Nope, I'm done. Nope.
Yeah.
Can't happen to me.
Yeah, man. The emotions definitely run high when you're diehard Ravens fans, like these three guys that you see here.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
see.
hard.
Real quick, our guy Dr. Didi says Miami or the Chiefs this week. Who's going to win? The Chiefs. A lot of teams have been playing the Chiefs close this season. It's mainly teams in their division, though. The teams in their division, of course, give them the toughest time, like the Broncos did last night. But Miami or the Chiefs, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs simply because I think the Chiefs are just gonna overpower them on offense, and the Dolphins won't be able to catch up. So I definitely got the Chiefs winning that game handedly.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Chiefs too.
Gotta agree with. I mean,
I thought the Broncos had this. I had a prediction for the upset. I was like, the Broncos, this is gonna be their moment. They're gonna pull off the upset, and everything was going my way. But for some reason, Drew Lock decided this was gonna be the game. He was gonna throw 2 interceptions and screw me over.
Yeah.
Game was so close. We had it, but you know what? I'm gonna take the Chiefs against Miami.
I look at it. I mean, the Chiefs had a really quality win over the Buccaneers. I mean, they let the Bucs back in, and I think that's the issue with the Chiefs. They really can't finish off games. Look at it against the Ravens. We had a chance to come back in week 3.
True.
Just, Andrews had to drop touchdown, and then just the defense. There's just some questionable calls. I'm not going to get into that, but I mean, I think they do that during the regular season because in the playoffs they'll be fine. I mean, they came back. They started off ugly against the Texans last year and came back. It was like 28-3 or something, 24-3, 24-0. And they came back. Yeah, and it's like they're a different team in the playoffs. So I mean, I really can't go against them until they lose.
Yeah, honestly. Wow, it feels crazy that as of about an hour ago, there's no more undefeated teams in the NFL.
Thank
Wow.
God.
Man, and it's good to just see that. Now everyone can just relax.
The playoff race is going to heat up here soon because now it's like a battle for the 1 seed. That's going to be fun.
But the AFC this season has been so exciting because you've got so many teams that are fighting for it that even an extra playoff spot still causes it to be so competitive. It's like, 7, 8 teams fighting to get in the playoffs? Nobody's clinched yet.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really – the Patriots too. I mean, people are counting them out.
They've come back too.
They're going to come back and they're going to be in the hunt come week 17, which is like we got to go 5-0. Because I feel like
that's what we got to be scared of. We have to go 5-0. That team already beat us, so we have to go 5-0.
Yeah, I mean, and we just need the Titans to keep winning. Of course, we need everybody to win. Texans lose. We needed the Colts we needed them to beat the Colts. We needed Titans to lose, of course. No, we need the Titans to win. Of course, they lost. Then who was the other team? The Dolphins, the Bengals. I mean, I wasn't expecting that. It was Brandon Allen, my quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, we definitely need to go 5-0, and hopefully the team, the players, everybody in that organization for the Ravens, we are kind of just trying to re-energize ourselves to finish out the season strong on a good note. Yeah. That's what we would hope as Ravens fans. But before we wrap up here, just one more question by Dr. Didi. He says James Robinson or J.K. Dobbins in fantasy. I'm going to go with James Robinson. He has been absolutely balling out in fantasy football. And, our backfield is still a little bit too crowded to be giving any of those guys the go-ahead for fantasy football to start. Yeah. So I'm going to go James Robinson on that.
I actually have James Robinson. So 100% James Robinson.
Yeah. Absolutely. Aaron Donald or Myles Garrett? I'm definitely going Aaron Donald. All day, every day. Hey,
watch a Rams game. Just keep your eyes on 99. He'll be in the backfield every play. He's
pretty much
it's just unfair. Like, it's a man amongst boys.
Even the double teams aren't working.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So that is that. Guys, we are going to go ahead and wrap up for this episode. Before we get out of here, just make sure that you go ahead and like this video. You subscribe to our channel. There's going to be more Ravens, content coming out soon for the rest of the season, of course. Shout out to our guy, Keeping It Real, for coming through, keeping it real with us. Like I said, go ahead and follow him, on everything, and subscribe to him on YouTube. You get the best, live, immediate reactions to the Ravens games, and just not even just Ravens games. Like the guy does all NFL games pretty much. Any
I
big
try my
game that
best.
happened, like bro, just the live reactions are just amazing. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe to Keeping It Real for some solid NFL content as well. But in the meantime, I am Sutton Def. You can find me on Twitter or Instagram at Sutton Def, and this is my guy Alex.
You can find me on Twitter at @AlexSoberman_, Instagram simply as10.prod. We'll be back on Thursday. We'll be reviewing hopefully a Ravens win. And also, we have a pretty good game Thursday night with the Rams and the Patriots. I'm looking forward to it. I know it's going to be a good game. I mean, it's a Super Bowl rematch. And then we'll be just reviewing, hope, like I said, a Ravens win. Let's hope Lamar has a Jackson 5. And let's hope, one of our guys, hopefully Dez. I would love to see Dez play at the game. So
I want that.
Fun to watch.
Absolutely. And Keeping It Real, let them know where they can find you, like everywhere you need to be found.
Yeah, y'all can find me on both Twitter and here on YouTube. Y'all know what I do. I give you the reactions, the recap. I do my very best to cover as many games as possible, and I'm trying to expand more out on it. So if that's your thing, come holler at my channel.
Absolutely. Shout out to you again, Keeping It Real. We thank you so much for being the first official guest on the Purple Rain podcast.
Oh, the first?
Yes. You actually
wow.
are.
See, that's special.
Yeah. Very, very monumental. So, like I said, man, I'm going to let Alex go ahead and take us out. I know he has his one-liner at the end of the episodes. So go ahead, bro.
All right. As always, hope if you're in college right now, finals week, I'm going through it. I'm struggling. You can see under my eyes. You can see it's hard. But stay strong. But as always, stay positive, test negative.
Absolutely. We're going to catch you guys in the next